Hi YouTube, welcome back to our channel. I'm Keisha.
And I'm Darlene.
And I'm Kiara.
And we're Lipstained.
Hi!
So today we're going to talk about Charlamagne the God. I'm sure you guys all know who he is. And his interviews about his rape, gloating, and allegations, and rape culture in itself, and all of that, because it's a very important topic.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's important, but I still, okay, so everybody's accusing him of rape, but I don't really see where he raped anyone. I don't know, could you call it rape if the person... Okay, so, let's talk about how he was glorifying the whole...
Did you hear the interview, though?
Yeah.
You heard it? Okay.
So, I feel like his delivery was off.
Right. I definitely do.
But I feel, because I think he was just trying to make a point of the culture now and where the culture was before. And sometimes when people tell a story about themselves, but to make light of a situation, they can tell it wrong or they can tell it off. And I think his delivery was off, but with his point that he was trying to get across for the topic was, it was genuine, but it sounded disingenuous because of his delivery.
It was misinterpreted, I feel like, because of the way he said it, the way it came across. I was like, it was a joke and it was funny. I had sex with a girl and she was incoherent and she what?
Yeah.
When I first heard it, I was like,
it sounded bad at the beginning
until
you heard the whole story and all of that.
But why would he make it a joke to begin with? I feel like he shouldn't have started it off.
When they're talking to their homies and just oh.
But I feel like that's really insensitive to women and men because it actually happens, and it's he should have been more careful with that topic. You can't joke around with something like that. That's not...
You definitely cannot joke around with rape but I think he understands that, because mind you, that particular interview he did, it was 3 years ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was 3 years ago. So, of course, now in the light of everything that kind of started off with the Me Too movement and all of that, that's now. That is happening now. But I feel like he was making light of this particular type of culture even before the Me Too movement started. His delivery and how he was making light of it was off. But at least he was trying to evolve, because you can say that about our whole, let's just say, the hip-hop culture, and I feel like rape culture goes hand in hand.
It goes hand in hand,
right?
And I feel like the entertainment industry in itself, with rape culture, just goes
hand in hand. Or you can just say,
talks about it.
Or you can just say, just society and culture as it is.
Yeah, but I feel like
hand in hand.
That culture glorifies it and makes it cooler to regular people like us, but we know it's not cool. But
exactly. Well, I don't know. I feel like, because I know a lot of people are oh, off with his head. Oh, he needs to lose his job.
Off with his head.
Basically, he needs to lose his job. He needs to, or why is it no one else speaking on it? I think what's his name?
The video I sent you?
Yeah.
Derek Jackson?
Yeah, Derek Jackson. He was basically at the beginning.
He was naming people, calling people out. Why are they not talking about it? Which I agree, though. I agree. I feel if you're going to be, for the people and feminist and a humanitarian, whatever, then you should speak about stuff like that, too. Even if it's your homeboy. Tell him, hey, yo, that was wrong. And nobody said nothing. It was
in the interview, Breakfast Club?
I think people were saying stuff, but... because when you actually hear their actual story, it really isn't nothing. He probably was telling an inappropriate story about him and his wife that he shouldn't have even told.
Oh yeah, that one too.
That's what I'm talking about. The whole thing.
Because that's a different story than the other one.
With the girl.
Yeah, that's different.
Okay, so that one right there, and again, I can't judge what somebody did 20 years ago if you evolved 20 years since then.
Okay, what about Bill Cosby then?
I don't.
That was like millions of years ago.
But he was still doing it over and over again. Did he really evolve? Like, okay, so basically, and this is what I have to say about Charlamagne. So a lot of people don't like him because of he's very, very outspoken.
I actually like him,
and I actually like him a lot because of that.
I don't.
But if you look, I feel like a lot of people, like, if you watch like his show, like if you watch The Breakfast Club or listen to The Breakfast Club now, 2018, now 2017, Charlamagne, who he is today, is not who he was
when
even 10 years ago, 5 years ago. He's not the same person.
He's not,
well, a lot of people are the same person though. A lot of people don't evolve from like being a growing up, growing into your grown man syndrome. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he has done that. He's evolved. And even if he was a troll of a person before, once you have other people in your life, like the feminists and like Angela Rye, like who else did he Amanda Seal. When you have people like that come into your life and you respect them, like or Issa Rae, like all these people who he's friends with, then you have to be like, oh, I can't be this way because I respect these women and I have to grow and be the kind of man that I can be friends with these kind of women. You know what I'm saying? Right. His wife, whoever the case may be. So he's not the same person, and I can give a person credit for wanting to grow and mature, because we can't sit here and judge people from the worst part of their lives. Like, we can't sit here and judge Jay-Z for being a drug dealer back in the day, when we're all like, he's basically like the the king and queen, like him and B is like the king and queen of like our culture, and we can't be like, oh, well, remember, I can't respect him because he sold drugs back in 1998 or something. Like,
wait, did he really?
Yes. Oh. So you can't do that. You have to evolve, and you have to respect somebody's evolution. If you can't respect somebody's evolution, then I don't want to be judged on the worst thing I've ever done.
What do you think?
Said respect someone's evolution, then can we respect Kanye for what he said, or
but he's still saying
what's her name, Roseanne, for what she said?
That was recent though.
But that's
it's
recent,
not like they've grown since then. It's literally.
But I'm just saying, like, would you guys like?
So basically, if you were saying stupid ass shit 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and you're still continuously saying dumb things,
then no.
Then I can't respect it. You haven't grown. But if you evolved and you was like, dang, I was wilding, or I was being stupid, or I was being uninformative, or now I'm learning, now I'm growing, now, then I can, yeah. But I can't. I know I can't respect that. If you don't evolve, then you're still the same person. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
And I don't think he really raped. I feel like everybody brought it all out of proportion.
But what about the rape allegations? He was like accused of rape like forever ago. Okay. The charges got dropped. Like the charges, not like his first.
Yeah, but okay. So if your charges get dropped because there was no evidence,
the girl was scared.
So, but no.
You never know. I'm just saying.
According to the paper. Okay, so according to the paperwork, Charlamagne corroborated, because I guess it was a party he threw for his family member that graduated. He corroborated, and I guess they tried to say, I guess, I don't know, I was listening to the story, and basically he throws a party for his friend or his cousin or something for graduating and getting a scholarship to go to school. He was about 5 years older than his cousin. So his cousin's in high school. He's probably like college age, like, 20, between 20, 21, 22, whatever. And something happened, whatever happened at this party or whatever, Charlamagne was already gone. He already left. But then other people who were not invited to the party basically fabricated like what happened. Oh, our cousin got arrested for raping a girl at your party. Basically, that's what happened. So Charlamagne basically said, because it was my party, I will take responsibility of what happened at the party. So he went to go talk to the authorities. The authorities was like, well, we're going to need you to take a blood sample, a DNA sample, all of that. And he willingly participated. So obviously, if there was some type of evidence on him raping that girl, the DNA would have came back positive, saying that you are the rapist.
You are the father.
You are the rapist. But it did not come back. So with all that being said, the mother of the girl dropped the case because she didn't want, because I guess they live in a small town in the South, North Carolina, and she didn't want it to be like over town, like people talking about her daughter. Big mistake. If you feel in your heart that your daughter got raped, you as the mother should be 1,000%
going after
the person who raped your daughter. But she didn't want to. They ended up dropping the case. There was no evidence with Charlamagne, and he ended up going like having probation or something because it was his party. It was underage drinking, whatever the case may be. I don't know like the full story, but that's what it was. I'm not going to like crucify somebody who didn't even get charged with a crime. I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. Otherwise, we'll be still sitting here mad at Kobe.
Oh God.
He didn't get, he got accused for rape, but he is like the king of LA because of who he is. And we're not going to sit there and be like, oh, but how could we respect him, or how could he be the king of LA, or give him so much props for California for bringing us championships for the Lakers when he was accused of rape. But just being accused of something is not the same as being prosecuted for something.
Why is it that someone's status and their power or whatever in the industry make them like invincible?
Yeah.
Like it make us like forget like, oh well, you raped this girl. Oh, we don't care because you're who you are. Like why is that like a thing?
I
see it mostly with men.
Yeah,
the
men.
That's
if
in
a
power.
woman did that, it's like
I don't understand. It's like a whole sexist thing that
I guess it's like the whole thing of like if you have fans, you have fans. But your fans will turn on you too. So I felt like if it was if you got accused and prosecuted of something, I think people will absolutely turn on you. Look at Harvey Weinstein. He was doing it. He was out there. He is not a liked person in Hollywood at all. So
yeah,
I don't know. I just feel. And then like, okay, look. So let's jump to the wife thing, because I think the story came about because of a Teen Vogue.
It was an interview.
A Teen Vogue interview saying is if you have sex and you're drunk,
is
that considered rape?
Is that considered rape?
Is it considered?
I don't think so.
But a lot of people were saying yes. And
I feel like it's not rape. I feel like it's disrespectful. I feel like as a guy, if you have a girl who wouldn't necessarily be with you 100% if she was sober, you shouldn't try to have sex with her when she's drunk.
Yeah, because
I feel like you should have that much respect for her to say, okay, well, you know what, you're drinking, we're just gonna chill.
People can take advantage.
So,
respectful.
But what if it was your decision? Like, okay, let's say it was a plan. Like, you're gonna come through with a bottle, right? You're gonna come through with a bottle. We're gonna drink this bottle together alone at the crib,
But that doesn't mean that you can have sex with me.
But that was the whole point of me coming over, though. Like we talked about it.
Okay, if we talked about it, yes.
What are you gonna do?
But I'm saying,
we're gonna Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill does not mean I have to.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm gonna bring a bottle. We gonna kick it.
I feel like guys get that misconstrued.
But think about it. Do we have to like have a conversation prior to us popping a bottle? Like, you do know
you shouldn't
I plan on having sex. Like, I don't want to tell the guy that I plan on having sex after drinking this drink. Like, that sounds so stupid. I feel like as adults, you kind of know what it is, right? So you
that's like through. Saying like, oh, that's the same thing as saying like, oh, because you wear that dress, it's fine if I have sex with you.
No, but
it's kind of this. I feel like that like goes hand in hand.
So just because I'm intoxicated, I can't have sex?
No. This is how I feel about it. I think At the end of the day, the guy should have enough respect for the girl. If she's hammered, he should be like, no, we're not going to do this.
Course.
But I mean,
she won't remember tomorrow,
if she's drinking and the guy's drinking and they just do it, then I mean, you're an adult and things happen. Like I read a story. I read a story about a girl who basically said she had a shower with a stranger and he raped her. And I'm not necessarily saying, well, that's what you get because you don't know who he is, but it's kind of like,
why would
you can't expect. It's like you can't expect.
That is getting naked.
But this is my thing with girls. You can't expect a stranger. You can't expect a stranger to have the same respect for you that you have for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, if I know I'm not going to do A, B, and C, I can't expect this guy to also say.
At D.
Yeah,
right.
It's like at the same time you have to know,
you
like,
protect yourself in that
and it's not necessarily saying, well, I'm gonna dress like a nun so he don't do nothing to me, but it's just like you can't trust people to be on your level.
And it's sad that we have to be that way.
Yeah, it sucks. Like, I mean, she should be able to take a shower with a stranger and nothing happens. But it's
I think if you're gonna get in the shower with a stranger naked, you're telling me this is what it is.
I don't necessarily
this is what it is. Like I don't understand. Like, why people don't understand? I have to understand that this is what it is. If I'm inviting you, not saying that because I don't want to confuse date rape. If we are doing, if I'm telling you to come through, and it's 12 o'clock.
And we shower together.
That's why you don't. That's why you have to be like, okay, I'm not gonna have to, because then you're gonna want to.
Sometimes I'm gonna entertain people after a certain amount of time.
You can, but you have to tell them what it is. You gotta be like, oh no, I'm not trying to do that.
But you know, people can.
But if you want to come through, that's fine, and just watch TV. I'm cool with that.
People can always.
That's a conversation that you have to have. But to me, I feel like. Let's go into our adult common sense world. If I'm gonna have you come through and you're gonna bring a bottle and we're gonna chill at the house instead of go out to a club or to a bar, whatever. Chill. But we can just chill. If we're gonna chill, and we both are drinking, I feel like it's there's a plan involved.
I just think,
and the plan is. Maybe I'm trying to get you drunk.
I just think at the end of the day, you should use your common sense, male and female. If I'm going to have him come over, we go take a shower, I need to make sure I know to protect myself. And he should have common sense to say, well, if we take a shower, that don't necessarily mean we're going to do it.
Before you come, so that way I don't have to do it here.
I don't understand why.
I really didn't understand that whole part. Like,
but that's something that really happened. And
well, it did.
It really happened.
And I'm just like, so.
But get this.
And that's where I feel like some girls just trying to be a part of like a conversation.
But here's the thing, this wasn't her first time being raped. That was her third time.
Oh God. I don't know the full details in this story.
I'll tag you in her page.
I'm just going to give you my opinion on it, and I feel like if you go into a shower then with a guy naked,
I feel like this is so bad to talk about.
There's an agenda to it. But okay, so I think this is the number one rule. If there's a girl, back to the whole being intoxicated, and she is intoxicated and you don't even know her, but you're trying to take advantage of her at the end of the night of the club or whatever the case may be, at a party or whatever, or at a school function, that's rape. I feel like that's rape. Because you know that this girl is completely out of it, and you want to try to swoop in, or you know what I'm saying? That's rape. If you guys are hanging out one-on-one, and she gets way too intoxicated to where she did not say, yes, I want this, or initiated it, that is rape, or that's taking advantage of someone.
That's rape.
That's rape. So that's where I want to like be very clear. I don't mean.
So guys, just use your common sense, okay? Like, come on, don't just be doing things because you feel things like.
Can your husband rape you?
No.
So wait a minute.
Why are you looking at me like that? She's like, I love that kind of stuff.
Okay, wait. No. I feel like, of course, your husband could rape you.
I thought you meant like, is it okay for him to do it?
But I feel like
I thought that's what you mean.
Is that a thing? Like,
that's a thing. I thought you meant it like.
No, I mean, women get raped by their husbands.
I thought you meant like, is it possible for him to screw it? I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I get what you're saying.
But is it raped if you let's just say the whole Charlamagne situation where he slips in the Spanish fly in her drink to get them, more in the mood.
Like, incoherent after that, supposedly what he said.
But according to her, she said she wasn't. She said that she was not so incoherent to where she couldn't like lift up her body and to get more in the mood. But okay, if your husband puts something into your drink to get you more freakier, to get you more wild.
Okay.
Is that right?
No. See, here's the thing. You know your partner's limits. You know what they would accept and what they wouldn't accept. And don't look at me like that.
I'm just saying.
You know, like, that's like, it's like, that person. I know, let's just say I was to do it to my significant other. I know him. I know how he would react, and I don't think there's nothing wrong. If you guys have that kind of relationship, that kind of understanding, then why not?
There's nothing wrong with it. That's not rape.
I don't think so. But if you do it
why is Charlamagne getting accused of rape for doing basically the same thing?
Because when he did the interview, he used the word rape.
Well, when I heard the story, I was just like, I don't really think it's rape if she, at the end of it, she was like, ha ha ha, that's just Charlamagne. Like, if that's something they do, then...
Or they actually according to them, they actually went to the store together, to like the sex store together and got it. And they both knew they were going to use it.
Yeah,
so that's not rape. It's not rape. He should not lose his job. Bottom line, I think he learned his lesson on how you would tell a story. So
he definitely needs to learn how to tell stories.
But at the end of the day,
I think in relationships it just depends.
I still support him.
It just depends in your relationship.
He's like more freaking a feminist than most people. Like, he is definitely for women, making sure that women, he's all for the culture. And I'm going to allow that man to be a grown-up and grow up and be who he is now and to evolve. And that's what he did. But, I don't think it's rape. I think it's basically...
It's just having fun.
I think it's having fun. Hey.
If you know your partner and you guys do fun stuff like that, it's not rape.
It's not rape.
But I mean, like, if your man or your wife is like, not like a nun, but somebody that's like super like chaste and stuff, and then if you do
you're in a relationship and you say no, whether you're married or in a relationship,
it's rape.
And
that's rape.
No is no. No means no. Always. Yeah. No always means no. So
I feel like when you're with somebody and you say no and they just think, haha, she playing, and
you really mean no.
That's where like a situation goes from like haha to like, oh shit, I'm in a situation. Luckily, that never happened to me, so, I mean, I can't speak on it, but if I say no, I mean no. No means no, but if I already know I'm not going to do anything, we won't even never get to that point of doing anything regardless, because I think I have enough common sense to know that anything can happen, and don't put yourself in a funny situation, period, point blank. Yeah. And that's where I feel like a lot of, and I'm not blaming for no reason will I ever blame like women. I just feel like women have to be more educated. Like, don't put themselves in.
We're too trusting.
Yeah.
The guys manipulate you though to make you trust.
But that doesn't mean that a guy shouldn't use his common sense to just not be that way.
That's another thing. It's time for like guys to know. Like, I don't know, parents, mothers need to have these conversations with their sons and understand, especially like right before they go to college or like high school, like no means no, and it's not cute and it's not funny and it's not fun to go further than that. If a girl says no, respect her. I don't care how drunk you are, how drunk she is, how high, how whatever. Stop. That's just red flag. Stop and end it. Walk away. Protect yourself so you won't get accused, for any of the BS. Be smart about it. Protect yourself. make sure that she is comfortable. Make sure even if she looks like she's intoxicated or drunk or whatever, don't let nothing fall back on you.
Don't let nothing happen to her. Even if you don't do anything with her, like, don't let anyone else. Because I feel like guys are so like, oh, she's drunk. Let me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's drunk. Oh, the door's open.
Just
yes, it's all going. And that's another conversation. Like, are you responsible for someone who gets raped, even though you don't rape them, but you allow the situation to happen? Hell yeah, you're responsible. I feel like I don't care.
It only takes one person to be like, nah, she's about to go home.
Like, no, fam, like, she's not good. Like, what are you doing? And I think when guys start understanding that they have to start sticking up for women, no matter if they're going against the grain, you have to do that, because a lot of times a lot of women do get raped and put into those type of situations because it takes one person who knows what's going on to stop the situation. Be like,
and they don't.
Like, don't be that guy. Are you really this guy?
Yeah.
Are you really that guy, homie? Like, like once I feel like men start checking men, a lot of this stuff won't happen anymore.
Yeah.
True.
This is a heavy conversation.
It really is.
It's a heavy topic because it just needs to start happening more. This conversation needs to be.
It's like a lot of loopholes with this topic, and a lot of buts and ifs and ands. So
yeah,
I just think both male and female, you guys just gotta be smart about it
and common sense in your own way, and sticking up and talk. It's like bullying. You're not gonna let. In this day and age, we shouldn't be letting other people bully each other. Somebody should go against the grain and be like, that's not even cool. Like, what are you trying to prove? Same thing with like this whole rape culture. I think we ran a train on her. Did you run a train on her, or did you guys rape her?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. Like, people have to like start being like, this is probably violating. Do I want to be that guy? You got to look at yourself. Like, do you want to be that guy? You know?
Yeah.
This just made me depressed.
I know. I'm just like.
Okay, so we want to keep the conversation going. So comment down below what you think about the whole situation, Charlamagne, rape culture, everything. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with some friends, family, whoever. I
think it's an important video to share. Yeah. I think people should hear this conversation. Right. That's one good thing I can say about the whole what happened with Charlamagne. I think it got more people talking about it a
bigger conversation than what was already started, which is good.
Yeah.
So subscribe. We don't want to bring you guys down. Just subscribe and
like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Yep.
And let us know what you think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye.
Right. So remember, stay woke
and pretty.
Bye.
Bye.